Yo. It's Marky Marks Tarot. And I knew I was going to be here during the day at some point because it's raining again. It's the radar right there. We got rain everywhere. So I decided to come on here for a bit. Then I'm going to go shopping. Hey, Lucky, how you doing? Oh, it's good? I've heard this story before. I've heard this story before. I've heard this story before. Gotta do what you gotta do. Gotta do what you gotta do. Well, this is a good month to do things. There's no more retrograde. September's a good month to get things done. It's always been good for me. But the right time will happen. The right time, right place. It'll all happen. I was telling everybody last night that my sister, she left a job that she was with for 15 years, and she was a part owner of the company, and she gave up everything And she went to a lot of interviews. She thought she was going to get a job. She couldn't stay home. She was just like fed up. 5 months went by. Almost a whole half a year. And then she got the job of her dreams. And now she's happier than she's ever been. And it's the best job she's ever had. And she makes more money. More money. So it all works out in the end. You just have to be patient. You just have to be persistent at the same time. And just know that whatever's going to happen is going to happen. Like I had to listen to her for 5 months say, Mark, I need check your cards, see if I'm going to get this job or this interview. And I just kept telling her no, 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 no. And then around like the end of August, end of September, I said, things might look a little better. You might get some more interviews, but I don't see you getting a job yet. Then in October, the cards started to get a little better. And then bang, November, she got a job. So it happens and things change just like that. Like you can go for an interview and it was set, whereas the person before you already got the job, and then, then that person, something happened to that person where they got another job and then you're next in line. So there's always hope. There's always some type of, reality you have to face in order to, get what you want. Take you to Bermuda when you get ready. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. If you're not getting anywhere now, it's for a reason. It's because the job that you're meant to have is not ready for you. You're ready for it. See, everybody's always ready to like get a job and work, but sometimes that job's not ready for you quite just yet. It's all about timing. It's all about, things happening the way it does. I explained that last night. I was telling everybody over and over and over that these things happen for a reason. While you're not working, you can always work on yourself. Everything you wanted to do, you get it done now. Like clean your garage, lose some weight, go get a meal plan, or go help somebody you're meaning to help all this time. Clean out your closet, paint your home, whatever. It takes a long time to get here and a lot of flights because I know a lot of people from there. There's a guy that cleans my pool. He's from the Philippines. He was talking to me last week Thursday. I asked him where he was from because I knew he was from there. And he said it takes like a whole day just to get to there or whatever. It takes hours and hours and hours. And I think it's like 3 flights or whatever. But he's good at what he does. He knows about pools and about like stuff. He's a good guy. He always calls me sir. And he calls Diamond buddy. He speaks English, but it's like, not that great. Like he understands, but he wants to say certain things, but he doesn't know how to say it. So I kind of like help him out a bit. I gotta ask him if he knows how to make adobo chicken and adobo pork. But he's a good guy. He always comes here and does his job, cleans the pool very good. Yeah, I don't like to be called sir, but I know it's their way of living. It's like certain people just say it like, so I don't really care. Like it's cool. It's his way of showing respect, so it's cool with me. You know, but he's cool. He's we've had a couple different Filipino pool guys, and he's the best one. He knows how to like what he's doing. Yeah, well, when you get your job, you can celebrate. When you get your job, you can celebrate, Lucky. You know. Hey, sweetheart, I'm doing good. How are you? Good to see you. Hope all is well. It's raining here all day, all night. It's it's dark, like the sun is not even out. I don't know if you guys can see through that window or whatever, but it's uh it's dark. It's 11:30 here now in the morning, and it's raining. It's not raining hard. It's just like that steady sprinkle rain. That's annoying. So yeah, yeah. I need to go to Boston. That'll be great. I wish. I haven't been away for 4 years. Last time I went away was January 2020. Then COVID hit, and I said, "Hell no, I'm not going nowhere until this shit's over. I ain't going through no airport drama. I'm not going through no bullshit. I'm not wearing no fucking mask. I ain't getting no vaccine. When this shit's all over and done with, I'll go away." So I want to go away, but I still, you know, I'm still undecided because the hotel prices are ridiculous. Like Boston's a great place to go. Like I've been going there all my life, but the hotel to pay $500 a night for a hotel in the city to go watch a basketball game, because that's what I do. That's ridiculous. $500 a night. Like some people don't even make that a week. Like you fucking think I am rich? And who the fuck is paying $500 in Boston for a hotel? You must be rich. So if you're rich, you can buy me a couple nights then. Because if I go for like 5 nights. I go for like 5 days to a week. So that's like 2 grand, 3 grand for to stay at a hotel that you ain't gonna get no sleep in because everybody's gonna be making noise, banging doors, and all sorts of other bullshit. And then you got to pay for food. The basketball ticket alone is ridiculous. You know, yeah, Boston is too expensive now. It's way worse than it's ever been. Thanks to the Biden administration, they've put everything up sky high. That's why I hope that whatever happens, change happens. I saw the debate yesterday. I was not impressed. I swear, man. Like, where the hell are all the young people? Like, why do we have all these people like in the world that like these, the people that don't like they just talk to hear themselves and lie like crazy. Like the new norm in the world is to lie right to your face and like see if you accept the lies and just live by the lies too. Well, Bermuda's no better anyway. Our president here, he's a joke. He's like 45 years old and he hasn't done shit. Any good thing he's done is like he's helped some of the senior citizens with like lower costs. He increased the pension, but then increased something else, or decrease something else and increase something else. So he balances out the fuckery, So it's like you're really not helping us. You're taking from one to give to another. Who the fuck are you, Robin Hood? You know, like the government's a fucking joke. That's what they are. And I would never vote again as long as I live. Never, because they ain't done shit for me. Nothing. The best government person I know is in my parents' constituency where I live, where I used to live. Not now, not here. Here, the guy here is a joke. He don't even come here. But the guy that is in my parents' constituency, he's been there for like 30 years or more. and his name's Derek, and he every every year, Christmas time, he'll come to your house. Like he comes to my mom's house, and dad says hello to them, talks to them, asks them if they need anything or how life is. What can I do to make it better? And he gives them a big ass turkey and says Merry Christmas, a free turkey, and says Merry Christmas. Here you go. In the back of his car, I saw it last year. I was there, and he's like, "Hey, Mark, how you doing?" I'm like, "I'm good, I'm good." He goes, "Where you live?" I said, "I live, like 10 minutes away from here." And I said, "Oh," he says, "Your parliament guy in your constituency." So I told him. He goes, And I'm like, "Yeah, I know." I said, "Thank God you're here, still making the ghetto good." So he laughed at me, and then he had like pure turkeys in the back of his car, giving it to all the neighbors. That's why he gets votes, because he actually gives you something and asks you what he can do. And then when my mom had an accident and my dad in the car like 2 years ago, when a guy rode off their car and hit him from behind, he was the first one to stop and wanted to call an ambulance, see how my parents was. Like he actually gave a fuck. But that's just one of one. He's one of good people. And he isn't like, I don't vote for him or his party, because his party is in now, and I don't like them. Like they're the Democratic Party. You know, they're all full of shit. I don't care, Republican, Democrats, they're all the same. They all fuck you over some way, somehow. Each side is good and bad. Like they all have good things and they all have bad things. So I'm not really like for a particular side. I just think some are good, some are better than others. So I'm not from America, but when I went to America, when Donald Trump was in power from 2016 to 2020, America was great. I loved going to America. That was the best times I ever had. Everything was nice. There was no wars, no bullshit. Everything was perfect. And then as soon as COVID hit, that's when everything went downhill. And ever since this clown has been in power for the last 3.5 years, these idiots fucked the whole world up. Because America, I tell a lot of people all the time that America depends, whatever happens in America affects the whole world. And it's sad, but it's true. It affects everywhere because everybody like looks at America and says, you guys are the world power. Like, everybody looks at you guys. You have what we all love. So like, why did it all deteriorate in 3.5 years? You don't make no sense. And I lost a lot of friends in here because of these words I'm saying now, because they don't like to hear me talk about how good Trump is. Well, if you're you must be blind if you can't see that. He may be whatever you say he is, but under his administration, life was better. Last I checked. Apparently, you guys are fucking delusional. You can't see that. And even though I live in Bermuda, Bermuda has problems too. So like, it's not like I'm harping on America. I'm talking about the government. Now I don't care. I say whatever I want. You know me. I don't give a fuck what these people think or what they say. I don't give a shit. I tell everybody, fuck you and your government and your views on the world. The world's fucked up because of the people you voted in, not me. I didn't vote this clown in Bermuda. No way. Hell no. People literally call him a clown because he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. He's 45 years old. He went to a private school. He's got education, and then he's just like, he's a thief. He's a joke. All he does is run his mouth. Yeah, Bermuda, we're going to do this. And he talks all like, prim and proper. And he's like, yeah, Bermuda, we're going to do this for you. We're going to do that for you, and blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, everything's getting worse. And I'm like, this is why I keep telling people, don't vote for the government. Just don't. Like, if you vote for the right person, for fuck's sake. And I know every vote counts, but Me personally, I'm the type of person I live my life this way. And if everybody did the same, we wouldn't need the government at all. You wake up every morning, you make your coffee, your tea, you eat your breakfast, you go to work, you shut your fucking mouth, you make money, you pay your bills, and that's it. Don't do anything illegal so you won't have to get involved with the police or the government. Pay your dues, shut your mouth, make your money, you do whatever you want, and avoid all government systems and avoid dealing with them so you don't have to deal with them and get involved with them. The less you put into their system, the better your life will be. So for instance, I've had my own business now for many years. I have to pay payroll tax every 3 months, and I have to pay my social insurance pension every month. It's expensive, but I have to do it. So as long as I make money to pay those two things, all the rest is mine. So I take care of the government, what I have to do with the government, and then I pay for my utility bills, I pay for my own shit, and that's it. I don't have to associate with the government. What you're doing won't affect me. I don't give a fuck. You could put that shit up. You could put this down. You can do something to benefit me, but I'm not gonna I'm not gonna stand in the line and vote for a bunch of idiots that don't do shit for everybody. And the elderly are suffering the most in the world because you've told us all our lives that when you retire, you're gonna have this great life. When you retire, you got so much anxiety because you don't even know if your pension is gonna be enough to fucking make you live. You fucking idiots. You bullshit the whole world. You bullshit everybody. That's all bullshit. That's why people are working past 65 and not retiring and getting a part-time job just to have some income because the pension that you give these people are not enough to live. And it should be. You should be taking care of the elderly more than you take care of anybody else in the world because they're the ones who built the foundation and voted for your dumb fucking ass. You should put me on a podium. I'll rip all their asses apart. I'll tell them, "Oh, you're a bunch of idiots. That's what you are. You don't take care of your own kind. You don't take care of your own people. You bring in all these people from away because they're cheap labor. So slavery exists. So you're making the immigrants come here for less labor so you can make more money. So existing slavery exists for all races and colors and people. But people are so delusional they don't see that. See? And anybody who's listening to me knows it's fucking true because I'm telling you the truth because that's what happens here and everywhere else in the world. And nobody can tell me that ain't true because it's happening right here in Bermuda every day. The Bermudian people are getting mad because this government, right, is bringing in all these people and giving them residential papers, to work here and live here and eliminate the Bermudians who have built this country to what it is now. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you can't do that shit. What about us? There's no apartments for some of these people to live because you're giving it to these immigrants that are here working, taking our shit. Like, are you fucking dumb? You can only put so many people around. Like, you're not supposed to like keep bringing people every fucking day. Like, And your policy when we voted for you, you said you was gonna stop that shit. And you did. And then as soon as things got out of hand, bang. You said, yeah, we got our vote. Fuck these dumbasses. We're gonna bring people in. Because we make money off of their permits. We need money. Money, 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 money. So let me ask you something. When you fucking die and you're in that coffin, you get to open the lid up and use your wallet when you go to hell or to heaven or wherever you think you're going, because you ain't going to neither. You just get put back on earth so you can see the bullshit that we do, but in a different way. Dumbass. Hey, Dad. Exactly, Dan. And that's exactly what I tell people. A lot of people think that slavery was just for one kind, one race, one color. That's bullshit. Slavery exists today, right now, in modern times. We are all slaves to the government, each and every one of us. If you pay the government something, you're officially a dumbass slave. That's what you are. Just like me and just like you, we're all slaves to the government. We're all slaves to the system, and that's exactly what we are. Whether you believe that or not, you have too much pride to understand that, and that's your fucking problem. I'm 47 years old. I've been in this world long enough to know the difference and know the truth. Fuck you. That's my feelings, whether you like it or not. That's how I am. And that's the truth. Because I live in a country that's one of the richest countries in the world. Bermuda is a place where I see it happen every day for the past umpteen years. Yeah, well, they're gonna keep. He already called it. He already said that ABC is gonna gang up on him and blah blah blah. But people know. People are like too smart now. Those debates, they're a joke. I don't even know why they have. Because you're debating fucking lies, and you're debating someone that's gonna not deny lies, and you're debating someone that doesn't have a plan. That woman's delusional. And Trump is like was feeding into her bullshit and like trying to defend himself when he should have been like, yeah, whatever. But like he's getting fed up. You can see he's getting fed up of like dealing with them, you know. It's just a matter of time before, things hopefully things get better. But people are, if you look at like the media is trying to like make him look like he's wrong, but it's all bullshit. You know, we know. I know the truth, and so does everybody else. But there's a lot of people in this world that don't know nothing but lies, and they believe lies. So if you believe the lies, then you're an idiot. That's all. And if you can't see the comparisons of what's happened in the world and how the people on the street feel and talk about it, then you're there's no sense talking to you. It's like talking to this curtain in the back of me, Hey, I in the curtain ain't gonna talk back. Well, that's the thing. It's never gonna get counted correctly, you know. They're gonna try their best to get rid of it. Hey, Empress, that's the thing. Only he won before. Trump won before back, 4 years, a couple, back in 2016 or whatever. And even then was a task, But I think that I don't know. I don't know what to think anymore, to be honest. I just hope to God that he gets in there and he fixes America because these clowns they haven't done anything. And he said his last couple words. He said the truth. What have you done in the last 3.5 years? America's gotten worse, not better. And you can't blame the pandemic because when Trump was in office, that's when it happened, and you did it to get him out of there. So that pandemic shit was all rigged and bullshit too. People get sick every day. The real pandemic in this whole world is how stupid people are. That's the real pandemic, not COVID. People are just fucking dumb. And they believe bullshit and they just live in a bullshit life and a bullshit system in their delusional brains. There's not too many smart people left in this world, and that's the truth. Yeah, I was just talking about that. My look, I live in Bermuda, and my parents are finding it very hard to live with their insurance being paid and their pension paying for everything. It's not working. And they're getting more and more worried that as they go on, the less money they have in their account is coming down. Because your pension is not paying for shit. It's a scam. Your pension pays for the insurance. It's all government related. See? So the government, this whole world tells you what you're supposed to do. And if you do what they say, then you're gonna fuck yourself. And that's the truth. You have to find your own way. You have to find your own way around the government system in a legal way to make sure your life is okay. And that's what I believe. And that's what I do every day. I make sure I pay my bills. I don't have nobody come looking for me. I pay everything I have to pay for. I go to work, I make my money, and I live my life. As long as I don't have government and police on my shit, then I'm happy. That's a good life. Sometimes you have no choice but to pay for shit because of the system, and you just do it. Just pay for it and shut up. That's it. I don't know what she did. I don't know too much about her, but all I know is she sounds like a damn hyena, and she doesn't have a clue, because if she did, she would have changed everything in 3.5 years. And she's making it worse. And for her to be a mother and say and do the things that she does, she's allowing her kids to see that she's okay with like these weirdos that want to be men and women, and like want to change your hormones and all that bullshit. Like, these people are fucking nuts. If you're a man, stay a man. If you're a woman, stay a fucking woman. The fuck is your problem? You know? Ask God to transform you when you die and come back. Tell him you want to be a woman in your next life. Don't fucking do that dumb shit to your body. What are you, dumb? You know, but people can do whatever they want. And that's the biggest problem. There's no security. There's no they can do, these delusional people can do whatever they want, but we can't tell them that it's wrong. So you can be gay, you can be a transgender, you can act like a cow, you can bark like a dog. You can identify as whatever you want to identify as. But if I tell you that I don't believe in that and it's wrong, I'm getting canceled. So it's okay for you to do whatever you want, but it's not okay for me to be against what you're doing. So how does that work? You know, don't you see how delusional you are for like even thinking that I can't have an opinion about you? So if I'm telling you that what you're doing is wrong, that's my opinion. Right? So if I tell you that, you know, if you come in here and say to me, hey, Mark, you say you're a medium, but in the Bible it says that mediums are witchcraft and devils. And I'll be like, okay, well, whatever you want to believe. So if you believe that, don't come in here. So if you want to change your sex and you want to be gay, you want to be a transvestite or whatever you want to be, I'm not going to come in your room and tell you to be different. I don't care what you do with your life. I'm one of those people that don't care if you want to be whatever you want to be. Just don't push it on me. Don't tell me I'm wrong for not liking what you do. Because I'm not going to, I mean, you come in here and tell me psychics are fake, I'm going to be, okay, well, fine. Don't come in here then. I'm not going to sit here and debate you or hate you. You say whatever you want. I don't care. You know? This is why this world is too sensitive, too stupid, and people always think that they're always right. You can be right. Just don't push it on me. Don't come in here and tell me that I have to accept you for barking like a dog and identifying as one. We already have dogs. We don't need more. We don't need you to act like one either. But if that's my opinion, but if you want to do it, go right ahead. If you want to come by, I'll give you a treat. You got me? That's how I feel. So if you have a problem with that, then don't come in here. That's my opinion. It's simple. So this is why the world is the way it is. Everybody has to have their way. You can, but just don't push it down me. Don't tell me that I have to accept you for identifying as something you're not. That's it. Leave me alone. Hey Rhonda. Hey Rhonda. How you doing? Good morning. Sorry, Rhonda. I said Rhonda. Is Rhoda. I think I'm saying it right. Rhoda. Rhoda. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name. Yes, I do. Yes, I have Super Chat and PayPal. Yes, you're doing good. Good. Yes, I have both. So either one is fine. Why are they pushing this gender agenda instead of fixing the real day? Exactly. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you why, Empress. Because the LGBTQ and the gay community, they want to be accepted. And there's nothing wrong with them being accepted. Just don't beg me to accept you. Because if people don't like those people, then that's okay. Just they need to accept the fact that there's certain people that don't like that. So why beg us or beg a person that doesn't like it to accept it? That's not right for them to do. But it's not all gay people. You know, if you want to be gay, that's fine. That's your life. It's your way, right? I accept the fact that people want to do that. So if you want to do that, don't beg me to accept you. Just allow me to accept the fact that you are that way. Just like me, I'm a psychic, medium. Okay, so if you don't believe in this stuff, I'm not going to beg you to believe me. I'm not going to prove to you that I'm right. You got me? It's the same concept. It's the same thing. So don't push agendas on people. Allow them to accept it on their terms, their ways. There's no sense in arguing about it either. Just leave us alone and we'll leave you alone. Simple. So not a lot of people are going to come in here if they believe in if they don't believe in psychics. And you shouldn't come in here if you don't. Because this is not your place. Simple. I'm not going to go into a room full of, gender weirdos because that's something that I don't believe in. And I can call you a weirdo because you can call me one too. Stop being sensitive and get on with your life. Like, what is wrong with these people in this world? I don't understand. That's why I tell everybody, just shut up and just mind your own business. It's Router. Okay. No problem. I got you. Yeah, that's what's wrong with these damn people, man. They put too much emphasis on the stupid things. We need to fix the economy. We need to fix the prices of these groceries. The groceries are ridiculous, right? The elderly are suffering because they have to pay these ridiculous prices, right? Where I live here in Bermuda, the elderly are getting catered to in some ways and bashed in others, right? Same thing with America and everywhere else in the world. Healthcare is bad, insurance is bad, the prices of everything is ridiculous, right? But ask your government, do they give a shit about you? Because when you die, no one really gives a shit. And that's the problem with the government. Is when you die, they're like, yes, another person died. Good, fuck them. And if you think I'm joking, that's the truth. Because that's less a senior that they have to worry about. And it's sad because the seniors, the 80-year-old people in the world are the ones who built this world. and you're tearing it down, and you don't care about them. You know, I said what I said. I don't mind what people do in the world. You can have your night or your month or whatever the fuck you want. Just don't beg me to believe what you believe in. It's just like God. People believe in God and people don't. I never come on here and say, hey, I believe in God, and if you don't, you're going to hell. I would never say that, even though I just did, but I'm just saying I would never push that on you. So if you're a Muslim, I'm going to accept you for your religion and who you are. I'm never going to tell you that you're wrong, because that's what you were born to believe. That's what you are. So that's fine. You want to be a Muslim, you praise whoever you want to praise. I believe in God, so I'm going to believe in God. You believe in the devil, that's your problem. This is the problem we have in the world. Everybody wants you to accept what they do. I'm not here to accept what you do, and you're not here to accept what I do. We should just stay in our lanes and stay in our beliefs and just leave us alone. Everybody believe what you want and go about your business. And stop being so damn sensitive. Get a life. Okay, thanks for the super chat. I appreciate it. Yeah, same here. My parents, my dad, he had to go pay for his car insurance, and it was over $1,000, and he almost had a heart attack. He actually got so sick he came home and he went to sleep because he couldn't believe that it was over $1,000 to insure his car. And I told him, I said, look, I'll pay for it. Don't go down there and pay for it. I'll pay for it. But see, my dad's so stubborn, so ignorant, that he went down there and did it because he thought that he was going to get a discount because he's 80. You don't get no discounts for being 80, Dad. I told you already. You can go down there and beg those people, but those people don't give a fuck about you like that. And he has a brand new car. So I told my dad, if you get third-party insurance and somebody hits that car, you're not going to get nothing back. So you have to pay the premium price for at least, 6-7 years. So that way, that car, if somebody hits it, you get the valuation of the car because you're paying top insurance. And he just doesn't get it. So I told him, you can go ahead and put it on a third-party insurance, or you can, and then when somebody hits you and fucks your car up, you're going to travel by bus because I'm not going to come pick you up for your stupidity. So he's all got anxiety now because he had to pay over $1,000. And me and my sister said we were going to pay for it. And he's he's got too much pride. See, he doesn't want his kids to pay for him. And he's got money in the bank. So that $1,000 is not going to make him die in a week, but he's so worried over the prices of everything. And I said, Dad, welcome to the new world. It's life, So yeah, being 81 in this world right now is not very nice. It's raining even more now here. All right, Rauda, I'm gonna see what I can do for you here. All right, so what I get for you basically is keep having a hopeful outlook about the future. Some old friends might want to reunite with you. You might have a reunion with some older friends, older people. And you also might have favorable expectations on how life is going to be in the next couple months or from now to the end of the year. But you also might have some issues with spending money, getting money, having obstacles on how you're going to further gain more money. So if you have a job, if you have a job right now, you might want to have another job, or you might want to get a raise, or you're waiting for a promotion, or you have to you're watching your spending. You don't want to spend too much, and you might be like holding on to everything you have. Also, like you might not be willing to make the necessary effort. I mean, you might be preoccupied with someone around you that's egotistical, or somebody who's like making you feel like a certain way. um the thing is, if you don't make the sacrifice to make life better, then it's not going to get better. So these things might be bothering you. I know also there might be a woman that you're suspicious of, or you're like trying to neglect, because you know that if you deal with this person, um, they might leave you in suspense, or they're not very trustworthy. Hey Santina, good morning, sweetheart. How you doing? Yeah, that's true, Dan. Like if you're taking care of someone, like a woman, or you have a woman that you deal with, like she might be hindering your progress. So it could be like a boss, a daughter, a mother, a sister, a sibling, somebody, like somebody could be hindering your process. Try not to argue with anybody, try not to struggle with like doing the right thing. I see you might have anxiety over like the loss of money, or you might have people around you asking you for money. So Rhoda, just like just make sure like you make wise investments, and don't lend anybody anything that they don't deserve from you. Like people might depend on you, or someone might depend on you. Either way, you might be like fighting with a child. If you have children, you might be fighting with one of your children, or you might be fighting and making things worse for you. And then I see like there's a person here as well, a younger man that's very mature and responsible, and somebody that's going to help you, someone that's organized, somebody that's like dependable. You might be dealing with like a man like that that's helping you. So you have good and bad people around you. Just cipher out the good ones and the bad ones, you know. All right, sweetheart, love you too. Yes, I hope you have a great day. My day is going to be pretty much inside, getting out of the rain. So I don't know if that made sense to you, Router, but that's what I get here. Try not to allow people to take advantage of you. I know it's hard. You know, I know that you might not. I think that you're smart enough to recognize the damage before it's done. But at the end of the day, don't let people take advantage of you. You might be a very kind woman that helps people, but you should only help so much, like you know, and then or not help at all, especially if these people are draining you and making your life revolve around theirs. I know it's easier said than done, because you know there's some days I feel like that too. But like I said, there is a dependable man around you that you can depend on. And like I said, the try not to like waste your time and energy and money. You might be very impatient, or you might feel uneasy when you deal with these people, you know. Yeah. Okay, cool. Like I feel like also you have like a grandmother that's around you, like in a spiritual way. She's like trying to help you. Like I see a woman with like white hair, and she's short. She got like short curly hair. Looks like she got like blue eyes or green eyes, something like that. I can barely like see a little bit of her, but she waved to me, so she might be around you in spirit, trying to help you. Or if she's not in spirit, she might be living, and that's the person that you might need you. Either way, one of the two. Ah, okay. Yeah, if that's her, she's around you then, because I just got chills up my neck. Oof, yeah. Hey, Milky, how you doing? You subscribed and like, thanks, I appreciate that. Yeah, this lady, this woman is around you. This grandma, yeah, yeah. She's around you. She's trying to help you. So yeah, I'm getting chills all through my body because her presence is very strong. She's a strong woman. Speaking of women, my mom's calling me. Just give me a second here. I gotta see what she wants. Hold on a sec. All right, I'm back. My mom said her refrigerator isn't making ice. Something's wrong with it, so I gotta go down there and fix it later. Always something. I swear, it's like a never-ending story. So like a lot of her refrigerator, it has like an ice maker, and the she says it's not making ice. There's no ice in there. So what it is like there's an arm in there, and it's probably frozen, so it's not moving. So I have to like go down there and check it out. So I told her after it rains, like it's gonna ease up a little bit. Listen, Milky, I don't do free questions on here because it's not fair to everyone to get free. I only give a free message, like a free card, but I don't do questions for free. You have to donate in order to get a question answered. I'll give you a message, sure, but I don't answer questions for free. Yeah, so I have to go down there later um, and just check it out. Usually, what I do, it's happened before. Like I take the whole tray out and I clean it all up, take all the ice off of it, and I just like put it back, and then it works perfectly fine. So it's not like the old fridges where you don't have no ice maker. You just put water in trays and that's it, and you don't have to worry about nothing. But of course, they want to make things difficult these days. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I just replace the filter like last week. But the problem is it makes it's that the bar that comes up, it's like it gets frozen sometimes and it don't move. Or there's a piece of ice that gets stuck in there, like in the dispenser when you hold the cup and like the ice comes out, sometimes it gets stuck. So I have to go down there and check it out. And I just finished talking about helping my parents. See, I have to go down there because no one else knows what they're doing. My dad's clueless. He don't know. And I've done it like several times and they still don't. Like they're scared to touch it. And I'm like, just take it out, clean it out, and just put it right back. It's two little grooves. You put the shell back in and it goes click. And that's it. Oh, I don't want to do it. I want you to do it. I'm like, yeah, I know. I tell everybody everything I touch turns to gold. I always tell people if I touch it, it's going to get fixed. You know, I always tease people about things like that. Yeah, she always calls me because, my dad can't really do anything. My dad's going 81 in 2 weeks. So he's like, kind of like not wanna, he doesn't know what to do anymore. You know, he don't know. But I'm gonna go grocery shopping later on. Like it's 12:15 now. I'm not gonna go anywhere right now because it's pouring outside. Like I hate driving in the rain because there's a lot of morons in the rain out there. So I'm gonna wait. Thanks, Santina, for the donation. Thanks. I'll check what's going on. Rada, if you're still here, you're welcome. I'm sorry I got a phone call and my mom. I don't know if I said you're welcome or whatever or thanks. Anyway, if you're still here, thanks. I appreciate the donation and just know your grandma is there to help you. So yeah, I don't know if I said that or not because I got distracted by the phone call. I always have to deal with women in my life. See, Mark to the rescue again. Fuck's sake. I pretty much took the day off today. I'm not gonna work. I did so much work this past like three weeks since the hurricane came last month till now. It's like it's been like nothing but a pain in the ass. I have to clean things, fix things. I've had so much work to do. And like today I said, you know what, it's raining. I'm pretty much done everything I had to do. I'm gonna take the day off today and just come online for a bit and just chill out. Sit down and like just chill. All right, Santina. Spirit wants you to know that you have fake friends that lie to you. You have someone out there lying to you, misrepresenting themselves. Someone that's not telling you the truth. And I think that even though you know that, you still live on. Like you still have good people around you. There's a man around you that's very responsible and he's someone who is professional and someone who's generous and considerate. This person could be helping you now or in the near future. Whatever you're wishing for, whatever you desire is going to happen, especially with health. Like if you're having any health issues, then your health will be fine in the next like couple days or weeks. If you're not having health issues, then this is a reminder from spirit that to be grateful for good health. If you're like wanting to buy any material things, like anything that benefits you for your home, your life, clothes, car, whatever you want to buy, you'll get that wish. If you're waiting to buy something of significance that you're desiring or wishing for, you'll get it. um, and this is September, which is the ninth month. So I got 9 here, so it could happen this month. You want a car, so you might be getting that. So something's gonna happen where you can get this car. I'm waiting to get my permit for my van for my business because I'm gonna buy a new car too. I'm just waiting to get my damn paperwork. So because these fucking idiots are taking forever. So if this is based on the car thing, then I would read this situation as the person that wants to sell you the car. If it's a man, they're gonna help you. You know. Yeah, I hope we do too. We will. Because we're good people. Good people get good things. I believe that. Um, but the thing is like with the car, I feel you'll get it. Whatever the case may be, you're gonna get that wish. You'll get that. You'll get the car, whether it's this month, next month, or whenever you actually want it. You'll get it. So whatever you're wishing for, you'll get that. Yeah, and whatever difficulties you have to face to get the car, you'll overcome those difficulties. So I'm getting that a man's gonna help you, but you might have like a person around you that lies to you or says things and you're like, yeah, I'm sick and tired of hearing your lies. Like I'm sick and tired of hearing you. So even though like, you know, uh even though life is the way it is and you deal with certain people every day, because all of us deal with people, it's inevitable and it's guaranteed we're gonna deal with somebody. So spirit saying that you might have some disloyal friends or a friend that's disloyal or lying to you that will misrepresent themselves to you, and you be like, yeah, I'm done with this person. So you'll know exactly who it is when it happens. Just don't worry about it and move on from it, and focus on getting your car. Focus on that. But if that's your main wish, then I would say you're gonna get that because I got the 9 of Cups. So that tells me whatever you desire right now, you'll get. And like I said, I got a man helping you with dark hair. He can be helping you get the car. He could be like the businessman or the salesman of the car place, and he gives you like a deal. And like you might think at first it might be too good to be true, but it's not. The guy's willing to help you, or you just get lucky. You know, getting the car and getting it for a good price or whatever the case may be. Like whatever this is, but to do with the car, you'll get it. So if that's bothering you or that's on your mind, then that's what it is. Um, Also, they're saying that you personally, you got to be more self-reliant, have more self-love for yourself, more self-confidence. Um, like use your ingenuity to do things. If you like sell things for your job, or you're like like if you how am I going to put this, whatever your job is. I know you got a new job and your job is, you like your job and stuff, right? But like they know, the people around you know that you're really good at what you do, and just try not to get tricked or deceived by them saying things that makes you feel like you have to do more. You know what I mean? So I know you like your job, right? But like, all because you're really good at it or you like it, there's always that one person or that, select people that, like are gonna be like, yeah, this damn woman, she's doing her job like, and she's not. I want to throw her off her game and see if she's really about that life or she's really that good, you know? So there might be someone trying to trick you into believing that, you're not as good as who you say you are, or you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, like, but don't worry, because that person will soon find out that, you are who you are, and that's it. And they can't get nothing around you, because there could, if you have a male boss, he knows what you're about. So there might be like a younger person, a younger guy that tries to, like, that's around you or above you or below you, that's trying to like make you look like a certain way. But if you show your self-confidence and you show like your willpower and you show like, hey, look, I got free will, I'm creative, I'm this and I'm that. If you put yourself on a pedestal and say, I ain't gotta worry about what anybody says about me. I know I do my job. Fuck you. Like. So if you have that mentality, then this person will like just brush away and just be like, yeah, I can't get to her. She's one of those smart chicks. So spirit wants you to know that even though things are good, just know that there's always the devil's always ready to poke you with that three-pronged fork. And that's facts. But you should be getting what you want. We all should. Only the good people deserve it. Yep. Like you might have a choice between a silver car or a red car. It all depends on what you want. But I see like a sedan, a silver sedan car. I don't know if you have one. So I see like a silverish, grayish sedan car that you might want or you might be able to buy, or that's what you want or that's what you have. I don't know. And I see a red car too, but the red car is a little bit smaller than the other one. Yeah, so those two cars are going to be available. That's what Spirit's showing me. That those two cars will be available to you. And they look nice. They look like, I don't know what they are, but I can just see the cars in the image. But the silver one looks like a sedan. And the other one looks different. Like a rounder type of back. They're showing me all, Spirit with you, they show me all sorts of shit. But like they got a green arrow to the silver one. So if you like the silver one, go with the silver one. They said the red one's not the one. You might have a choice, but they're saying the silver sedan is the better choice. So I don't know if it's this, that's what you want or that's the choice you have. So yeah, you know how they are. They be picking shit for you. Be like, Tyra, get the silver one, Mark. I'm like, all right. That's how they are. They be always bothering me, telling me shit, and always like making me see numbers and feathers. This past 3 months, actually this whole year, I'm not gonna lie, this whole year I've been seeing nothing but like bird feathers everywhere. Look at this feather. Look at this white feather that I found like a month ago. We don't even have any white ass birds around here like that. And this feather looks like, it looks crazy. I found it outside, yeah. And I've kept it here on top of my desk ever since I found it. It was like I had my step ladder over there on the boundary wall. Like I put my ladders over there. Like it's about maybe like 50 feet away from me. And I went to go lift the ladder up and the white feather, that white feather was there. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, we ain't got no white birds around here. I ain't seen no white birds around here forever. I've seen a white dove around here one time. Like it looks like a pigeon, but it's like a white dove. I've seen it on the roof one time years ago. So maybe he visited and sent me the white feather. And when I go swimming in the pool, there's always like a little brown, not brown, little gray feathers everywhere. And I'm like, what the hell? That's like been my thing this year, especially the last 3 months. Nothing but feathers. Everywhere I go, there's a feather. And I'm like, yeah, this is a good sign. Yeah, I've been good, Santina. I was just telling everybody that we had the hurricane here last month and it destroyed a lot of things, gave me a lot of work, gave me headaches. My mom and dad have like an old house and the roof had like a crack in it. And it rained a lot before the hurricane, and they never had a leak. But see, when a hurricane comes, the wind pushes the rain in cracks and crevices, and it leaks. So my mom called me during the hurricane and said, "Hey, look, we have a leak in the kitchen." And I was like, "Just be careful, because that ceiling can fall." So she's like, "Oh my God." I'm like, "Mom, calm down. It's okay. Just limit yourself around there." So then it stopped leaking the next day. It rained and it didn't leak. And I said, "Look, Mom, that wind pushed the water through. It's like a power washer, when you get a hurricane with wind and rain, it's like someone's power washing your shit. And if it's a crack there, it's gonna come through. It's inevitable. It happens." So it rained for 13 hours straight with wind and rain during the hurricane. This hurricane brought the most rain we've had ever. So unfortunately, it destroyed a lot of things. So the next day, 2 days later, my mom calls me crying. I was like, "What the hell is your problem? Stop crying. What the fuck is wrong with you?" She's like, "Oh, the ceiling fell in the kitchen. Oh my God." I'm like, "Mom, it's okay." "No, it's not. Come here. You're going to see." And I'm like, "Oh, for fuck's sake, man." So like a big section, like an 8 foot, 8 by 5 section fell. And not even half of the ceiling fell. But to them, it's like the whole world ends, right? To me, it's not even a big deal. Thank God it didn't hit him in the head. That's the only thing that I was like grateful for. So my mom was washing dishes. And then my dad said, "Hey, come inside and look at the Portuguese news is coming on." Because my parents are Portuguese and they watch like the local Portuguese news from away. So my dad called her over and she says, "Okay, I'm coming now." So as soon as my mom walked from the kitchen to the living room and sat down, bang, the ceiling came down because it was all wet. And it from the days of all that rain, the ceiling collapsed. And thank God it hit the fan, and then it pushed the fan pushed the ceiling that fell to the ground, and it didn't break anything. It didn't do any damage. It didn't break anything. It was like a miracle, right? And my uncle died 2 weeks before the hurricane, and my mom went to his funeral, right? So I said, "That's my uncle inside there, making sure that nothing happened to her." And if my dad didn't call her over, that ceiling would have fell right on her fucking head and probably would have killed her or like really hurt her bad. Because the piece of the ceiling was heavy, see, because it was all wet and like it had like the stuff on it. So thank God nothing happened to him. So of course I go down there. I had already had a shower. This happened like in the evening, like 6, 7 o'clock in the evening. So she called my brother, she called me, my nephew and I went down there. We cleaned everything up. And then about a couple days later, my brother's ceiling fell in his house. In his he rents a house, and his ceiling fell. Then I have a couple other people call me, "Hey Mark, do you know where I can get drywall? There is none." And I'm like, "Look, I've called everywhere. I've even talked to a lot of my friends. Nobody has drywall." So now Bermuda doesn't have no fucking drywall, and we don't know when we're gonna get some. Apparently, I heard through the grapevine it's gonna be here in 2 weeks. So now the ceiling's all exposed, and all you do is see like the rafters and the roof. So then these morons fixed. They said that they fixed my brother's cracks in his roof, and then it's raining now. And my brother told me yesterday that it's still leaking because they still haven't fixed the crack properly. But it's rained a lot since the hurricane. And my mom said nothing's leaking. Because when she called me just now, I was like, "Oh fuck, I hope this ceiling isn't leaking." But she says that the ice maker in the fridge is fucked up. And I was like, "Thank God. That's some simple shit for me to fix." So now we're waiting for drywall so we can fix the ceiling. And then the hurricane messed up the wall, the boundary, like the wall that separates the ceiling, where the leak was, the wall, the wall is a part of the kitchen and a part of her master bedroom. So when the water went in the house, right? Um, when the water came in, it went into the block, like of the wall, and it pushed the paint out. So her whole wall was like the paint was just peeling right off because it was all wet. So I went there last week, all last week. I went there and I fixed the wall. I scraped all the paint off. I primered the wall. I painted the wall. I spent like $300 of my money on fixing her house. And she's all like paranoid because I spent all that money. And I was like, Mom, it's okay. Like, I got money, I got work, I'm by myself, I can afford to help you. Just shut the fuck up and let me, like, I don't say that to her, like, but I'm saying in my mind, just shut the fuck up and let me help you. Like, I don't care about the money, like it's cool, like it's not a big deal. I'm gonna help you. Like I lived here. Like you've paid hundreds and thousands of dollars for me when I was young, so I'll help you now. Like so they're all paranoid because they think like it's a big expense to fix shit. It is, yes. But I get discounts off of paint. I get 20% off of the paint. So if I get like 4 gallons of paint, 1 gallon is for free. So I told her, I said, look, it's okay. Like, I have to tell them how much I spend on it because they get paranoid and they want to, because they don't want to waste their money. And I was like, look, this is life. Don't worry about it. I'll pay for it. So my youngest sister, she's like got money, right? So she was like, look, if you need help, Mark, just let me know. I'll pay for shit. And I'm like, nah, it's okay. I'll pay for it. It's not a big deal. It's only a couple $100. Who fucking cares? I just want them to be happy and not paranoid. Yeah, the sheetrock, hopefully it comes in 2 weeks, Dan. But yeah, that's how I have been, Santina. That's the life of being a good son and knowing how to do everything. Because if they had to pay somebody to do what I did, they'll be like they would have a conniption. So I try to help them as much as I can. But they have a lot of pride. They don't like to call me and ask me to do shit, but I had to do it. Who else is gonna do it? You can't afford somebody to do it. So I'll do it. I don't give a fuck. Like I painted their whole bedroom. I have like videos and pictures and like it looks so nice now. I painted the whole bedroom white. And my mom was so happy. Like she's like, oh my God, my bedrooms never looked this nice. See, as long as they're happy, that's all that I care about. I don't give a fuck about how much money I spend on it. Money comes and goes. Like, I'm not worried about that shit. But see, they're so paranoid about like expenses and money and shit. And I'm like, Mom, don't bore my life. I'm good. It's okay. Because if I don't do it, it's gonna stay that way and they're gonna be all mad and shit. So yeah, that's how I've been. I've been dealing with my mom and dad over and over. And now I gotta go down there again to go fix the freezer. The story of my life. But I have to go down that way anyway and do groceries. So today is like 5% discount day. So I'm gonna go down there in probably another hour and go do some groceries and go visit my parents and help them. Because it's not stopped raining yet. It's like pouring still. Yeah, I can't use the F word in front of my parents. No way. They'd be so upset. Like I don't swear in front of my parents. Like I don't say the F word. I still don't till today. Sometimes it'll slip out here and there, but I'm like, oh shit. But they don't say anything. But like I don't sit there and be like, fuck, fuck this and fuck you. Like I don't talk like that around my parents. My parents are very religious, so they don't like swearing. They don't swear at all. They don't say, I've never heard my parents say fuck a day in my life. Even in Portuguese, they don't say like the bad words. My parents are not like that. They're very like humble and they don't believe in like talking loud and arguing. They're very like, religious. They're all into like they're very, they don't say no. They say shit or things like that. But they don't say like fuck. Hell no. And none of us do around here. Not my dad. We would have got knocked the fuck out if he said fuck it, huh? I was looking for something, yeah. Yeah, like this is the video. See all the patchwork I had to do? The whole wall was fucked up. Like, see, all that bag is all full of like the paint. So the whole wall got fucked up. So I had to fix the crack in the ceiling. Like, and this is like the actual, come on, thing. Don't, like, this is the wall. Like, it's all, I had to scrape all the paint off of it, right down to like the actual cement. So this is like me starting to paint everything. Like, I started to scrape everything, primer. See the cracks I fixed on the wall. I had to cover up all her bureaus, and I started to put primer everywhere. That's the white paint you see. Like, I had to do all of that stuff. I painted cleaned the chandelier and painted the ceiling. And see how like she had like this curtain thing. That's a curtain rod, but it's like a curtain cover. It's like in Bermuda, they use Bermuda cedar wood, and they make those like curtain things, and there's like a rod on the inside so you can't see it, and it clicks in. Like, so I paint they were like yellow from like no painting. So I painted all of those. Like, this is how the room looks when I finish painting it. It's all white. See, I put all the pictures back. I painted the entire thing white, cleaned up the bureaus and stuff. And the whole room is white now. See, they're very spiritual. They got Mary and Jesus all over the place. Yeah, so pain in the ass, but I got it done. You know, they're so happy that their room is all white and all like looking nice. So as long as they're happy, I'm happy. You know, but they get so paranoid because I pay for things, and they get upset because I'm wasting my money. I'm like, I'm not wasting my money. It's fun. Like, I get a discount. We're good. So the joys of dealing with my parents and doing things, but it's all good. I don't mind. I know I'm doing good deeds. I know I'm doing good things for my parents. So that's all that matters. Yeah. See, there you go. Yeah. We if anything, I was the type of person that swore a lot. I still do, but um, not in front of my parents. My parents would be mad at me if I was saying fuck in the house and all that. They would get pissed. But I don't do it. I've had a few times where I let a few fucks go, but not like, towards them, just like out of frustration. And they won't say anything. They're like, yeah, whatever. See, this is the roof, right? This is my parents' roof here. See the chimney there? Like, right here is the chimney, right? Goes up and down. Then this is a roof, and then this is a flat part where the kitchen is. And where the kitchen roof meets the new roof, that's the crack. It's like 10 feet long. And that crack, right? This crack separated from each other. And then the water goes into that little, just see this little, that's a drain that goes into a tank. So the water goes down here, goes in this hole, goes way down to the basement to a tank. That's how we catch water on our roofs. So this was a long ass crack. So I fixed it right to the drain. And then, like, right down here is where the kitchen is, where the water was coming in, and right here where the ceiling, all this water, there's a wall on the inside. And that's the wall that I just showed you. So it's a pain in the ass. but Marky fixed it. And this is the ceiling. This is the part of the ceiling that fell. See? So the ceiling fell right there. That's the part. It's not big. It's just 8x5. So it hit the fan and it moved it away from everything. It didn't hit anything. So up top where I just showed you, that's the long distance where the crack was from there all the way over. So now we're just waiting for the sheetrock, and then we can go ahead and plaster everything. So yeah, I've done a lot of work. I've been building closets. It's like a fucking nightmare. You know what, Dan? It's weird because we have my tank and a lot of tanks in Bermuda. They have two separate tanks where there's a dividing wall, and they're in each tank there's a foot valve that sucks the water up through a pump to give to us. So I have my side and my sister has her side, right, for the main house in the apartment. So it was the smell was only coming through my apartment. So where that foot valve is, it's picking up some sort of like smell from or some sort of like foul shit from down there. So I switched it. I put my side on her side, and I switched the valve so that way it doesn't suck the water from my side. Ever since I did that, I haven't smelled that smell since. So now what I did is I didn't clog, but we have like these inflatable like drain stoppers, and we have like 7 drains up on the roof. So what I did, I got my cousin to go up on the roof and put these drain cloggers in. So right now, all this rain, we're not getting it. So I need to use 75% of all the water that's in there so I can get down to the dividing wall. And once I get to the dividing wall, I can put a ladder in there and I can drain my side, which stinks. I can drain it and get rid of it and then put the other water over the other side, and then I can open the drains back up and accept more water. But right now, because of the hurricane and because we got all that rain, I can't accept no more rain, because the more water that goes in that tank, it's gonna swoosh it all around and we might all get fucked. So as long as you're not mashing, the water is not moving, it's not gonna like scoop up the shit and bring it to the other side, because there's like a hole there, like a window, so you can get from one side to the next. So once it gets down to that dividing wall area, which is 5 feet, I can actually put a 6-foot ladder in there, go in there and see with my eyes to see what is clogging that valve. It could be like a bunch of debris, like leaves. You know how leaves are wet in a wheelbarrow and it stinks like shit? That's the smell. So it's definitely leaves and bugs or whatever. It's all sucked because that foot valve is like a big triangle. Like it's like that, and it's like a big triangle, like, and it's like literally an inch off the ground. So all the leaves are probably stuck to it. So when it was sucking the water, it was sucking the leaves and it was making that smell. So ever since I disconnected my pump and that side and switched it over to my sister's side, I haven't got the smell since. So it's got to be something like stuck to the valve and around the valve. So thank God the tanks are separated, but it can all combine. If I keep accepting water, it'll swoosh the water around, and then it'll pick that up and then make the whole tank contaminated, so I had to figure out how I was going to do it. But the plumber that came here and checked it, he was like indirectly begging me for the work to pump all the water out. And I'm like, no, you're not going to pump no water out. Fuck that. Because that water is like liquid gold. So the tank is like, I got a lot of water in it, but I keep using a lot of water every day. So that way it drains the tank and naturally, so I can like save a lot of water on one side, clean the other, and then I can open the drains back up and let all the water go back in it. So if not, it's going to be an expensive job that we don't need to do. Because at the end of the day, it's wasting water if I do that. If I do what the plumber says, it's wasting water and time and money. And that's what he wanted. He wanted to like fuck me over. But I told my sister, listen to me, it's not that bad. The tanks are separated. We'll be fine. As long as my pump isn't swooshing that water around and like sucking that water up into my shit, then we're fine. So yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it's I don't have that smell anymore. The smell was still with me for like maybe 4 or 5 days because it was in the lines, but now I don't smell it at all because I'm pulling from one side. And we have dab pumps. We have electronic pumps now where the pump where it doesn't we don't have a pressure tank. The pump does all combines the pressure because now you don't need a pressure tank. They have big ass pumps now that are the pressure tank and the pump all in one, and it was like 2 grand a pump. So I told my sister when we did the renovation to get two pumps, even though I know it's expensive. Get two pumps, so if one pump fucks up, we still have an extra one, and we don't have to call a plumber to change the one pump and then have no water. So now we did that like 3 years ago. And now we're in a situation where one side's fucked up and the other one's good. So we unplug one pump and just use the other to run the whole house. So these pumps are very strong. It's one pump can do an entire house. So it's all good. My brains worked because if we had one pump and it was on that side, then we'd be screwed. We'd have to like drain the whole tank. So that's why I told the plumber to do it that way back in 3 years ago. He's like, "You sure? Because this is going to be expensive." I said, "I don't give a fuck. It's going to help us in the long run because this is a big ass house and it should not be running on one pump. And if we do get a pump, it has to be big." So we got two big pumps. So when one pump is fucked up, the other one will still run the whole house, no problem. And we don't have no pressure tank now. It's all in one. The every like as soon as like the pump loses pressure, the pump kicks in and brings the pressure back up to 65 psi. And you could put it up to 70. So when you press that hose outside, it's like a fucking power washer. They're called DABS pumps. They're really good. So we need them here in Bermuda. So they finally got a decent pump because before we used to have a big ass pressure tank, and we'd have to put like the amount of pressure we need to suck the water up. But now we don't need that because we have these type of pumps now. They're electronic, like decent pumps, and you can get an app that sends it to your phone and says if there's something leaking, it'll tell you. If something's draining the pressure or whatever, it'll tell you. So it's pretty cool. It's nice. It's really up. It's good technology and good pumps. A lot of people in Bermuda are getting them now. And the only reason I know about it is because my rich ass client got one. He's like, "Mark, you got to get these pumps. It's the best thing we ever bought." I'm like, "Okay." I was like, "How much is it?" He's like, $2,000. I'm like, okay. But thank God when we did the renovation, like the renovation money paid for it. So we're good. And we got two. So in this case, we needed the other one. Sometimes it's good to invest money on things because when you have a problem, you always have you always have something solved. Sometimes you have to pay good money to solve issues and solve problems. So I rather spend the money on good pumps and have it be reliable for us. So my analogy worked to get two instead of one. because right now it's benefiting us. So, and the other one's unplugged, so it's not being used. So that way, we're not using electricity, we're saving, and we're not using both of them at the same time. And it's also saving the water in there from getting worse. So it's good. Everything worked out. All right, on that note, I'm going to get my ass out of here. I'm going to go get some lunch. It's almost 1 o'clock. I'm going to go to the grocery store. I'm going to go visit my parents and fix their freezer. But being the weather is like this, it's supposed to be like this all day. So I'll be back on tonight. And Dan, hope you have a great day. Be nice, be good. I know you Leos like to be, the way you are. But yeah, I hope everything's good, bro. And I'll see you later on. Hopefully, Marley. Oh, you took the words right out of my mouth. Hopefully, Marley isn't in here. Usually she'll come on and say hi. But she said she's been very busy lately at her job. So hopefully she comes on tonight. I was waiting for her last night, but she came in here last night. But if not, if she doesn't come on, I'll be here anyway. So either way. If she does, I'll be over there talking shit to you guys over there. And if not, we'll just come over here. It's all good. All right, take care. I'll see you guys later.